Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video I'm going to be giving my insight into how to manage anxiety. However, this may overlap with like other mental illnesses or dealing with stressful situations, but before I give you some insight, if you are struggling with some of these topics, then please take care and please get the help that you need. We all deserve a safe and stable environment to be in. So, I've written down some advice that I gave a friend recently about anxiety, and I thought that it would be really useful to share this with you guys and anyone that's watching. But I have struggled with anxiety since I was like 14, and I finally feel like I'm in a better place to be able to share my advice and help other people with it. But my first piece of advice is it's okay to feel how you're feeling. No matter what you're going through, your feelings are always valid. They're information on what is right and wrong for you and what you need to work on and grow on. And yeah, it's just like your body telling you information on next steps to move forward. With anxiety, I kind of like to frame it as this overprotective inner child, and it's like a child that just wants to feel safe and loved and feel all the things that you may have lacked either in your childhood or throughout life. But when you frame it in such a way, it feels a lot less daunting and a lot less like there's something wrong with you, and more of like something that looks after you and is protective of you. And your brain and your body are obviously interlinked, so when your brain and everything is constantly in fight and flight, so is your body, and it can make the simplest of tasks seem so daunting and dangerous. So, some of the main techniques that I have used to manage it are education, breathing, and inner work, and reconnecting with nature, and reconnecting with my passions. So, I've used education to aid me, as the more that I knew, the more that I could control myself and the easier that it became to recognize things in myself. And I kind of knew from research that I needed to find patterns in my anxiety and my behaviors, and I had to actively think of like how I truly felt in those moments and trial different mental and physical approaches to future anxious moments, which obviously like is a lot when you already feel so overwhelmed. But you just have to be intentional with your thoughts and looking after yourself. I read so many books and listened to so many podcasts of people going through similar emotions to me, and it was really motivational to listen to how people survived and conquered their battle. But most of the time, it did feel unachievable and isolating, and I didn't believe that I could be happy. I didn't believe that I wouldn't be anxious every day. But I think upon reflection, I think I just needed to hear things, or like needed to hear different things at different stages of my healing journey. And an example of this is I brought a book about 4 years ago at my lowest point, and it's called Don't Believe Everything You Think by Joseph Nigan. Nigan? I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I will link the book below. But yeah, When I first bought it, I thought that it was really boring because I just read like the first page and I read it and I was like, not for me, so never continued it. And then until like a couple months ago, I found it and I decided to give it another go. And to me, in that current moment, it reaffirms a lot of lessons that I'd learned since first buying it. And I clearly wasn't ready to hear or take on what the book could teach me, as I was incapable of believing what he was trying to teach me. But I'm hoping with whoever is listening and whatever stage of your journey you're in, you can learn something from this video. Breathing is another technique that I've used to manage my anxiety. Whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed or anxious, I truly focus on slowly taking breaths until I feel calmer. And there are a lot of breath techniques like in for 7, out for 7, counting and visualizing a square as you're breathing in and out, or meditation. And I had to figure out what worked best for me, and I would obviously recommend that you do the same. The next way that I managed my anxiety was through inner work, and inner work was a major way that I dealt with anxiety. I truly had to sit with my feelings and feel them and just let them exist rather than trying to push them away. And then I had to try and like rewire my brain pattern and my thought pattern and my outlook on life and how I actually viewed myself. It wasn't easy or comfortable in the beginning, but over time it got easier and became more of like a second nature to me. And I taught myself to be kind to myself, love myself, and accept myself. And the importance of that is far greater than any other achievement of mine. You have to be the one who fights for you, as you're the one living in it. And prioritizing yourself and your wants and your needs only for the greater good only improves your mental well-being. Reconnecting with nature has really calmed my anxiety. I get to take my mind off things and help me refocus my attention towards the outer world, not just my thoughts. And I can look at the beauty of the flowers, the birds, the horses, the beaches, the fields, the rivers, and just remember that there's good in the world. And it truly helps ground me and puts things into perspective. Reconnecting with my passions has really helped my anxiety. It gives me goals to work towards and gives me something to focus on. And YouTube has massively helped me with my self-confidence and owning who I am. And my love for animals gives me the goal to strive for having a cat and dog shelter, which will make me extremely happy. And these positive goals help me get through tough moments and they give me a purpose. I hope that you enjoyed today's video of a guide to managing anxiety. Please remember that it will get better and there are people who love and want the best for you and want to support you, but I love you lots and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.